What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok bottom of the video, and we're just gonna hop right back into it. So today we will be talking about finesse two times and King, Lil King. Now, I'm sure y'all probably know who finesse two times is. Finesse. What that nigga be doing anyway? Yeah, that back end song he got. Um, I think he's another one of them niggas who was doing that little polygamy thing. Polygamy. Ooh wee. Polygamy thing. So and Lil King is that little. I don't want to call him a little badass nigga because that's what he was saying because he young, but little badass nigga. Really famous viral for a number of things, but he just be outside and he make his own music. But yeah, so finesse two times is supposedly going back to jail for violating his probation. Now, we're not. We're not at the current moment. We're not exactly sure what is under what they're taking him, like what specific violation he's getting sent back for. But if you are familiar with probation terms, I know you understand that probation you can't be around guns. You can't be around guns. You can't be around drugs, and usually like if you can't be around gang members or people that allege, kept you in that life or, people of that sort. So that's usually like three. Oh, you can't go out the state without permission or out the county really or city really without permission. So, them are usually like the typical parameters around probation. But back in October, there was one thing that it was reported that they were going to get him in trouble, but it didn't really get him in trouble. Sounds crazy, but but it didn't really transpire or nothing of him alleging making terroristic threats towards somebody who was acting as Lil King's guardian, a woman. So that's one thing, but it's actually a number of evidence that could lead up to this. It was one video that King put out, and it's like it's hard to I get to later more, but it's hard to talk about King and really give an opinion on King just because his age, but his actions give old, like grown. So it's like it's hard to give an opinion on King, but I'll get that later. But King is in the video, basically discussing finesse, but he ends up saying they had drugs around me, they had guns. He beats on the one of the women he's with, Sugar, and yeah, that's really like that's really most of the information you really need to get out of the other information wasn't really necessary, but that's the information you need to get out of that because
I'm just trying to address this to y'all, man. He's a conniving person, and it's paperwork that he tried to say he gave my grandma $10,000 and bought me a $40,000 watch and a $100,000 chain. He was smoking with me, giving me drugs, man. He tote guns around him. They don't supposed to have guns around him. Sugar, she be having guns. You don't send your kids nothing, and you be beating on Sugar. You beat on Sugar, and you have Sugar over there crying whenever you go cheat on her. Let's keep it real.
like I just said, those are legit the parameters of being on probation. So he is violent. So him saying that, and then on top of that, you're having firearms around a minor because what King is only 11, something like that. So you have firearms around a minor. It's not really that's not really the most intelligent thing, especially when he's on the internet saying that. So that could add to it. Another thing, that could add to it. He was trying to respond to all of this, and one of the videos he was responding to it. This nigga was smoking a fat ass blunt on camera.
My heart gonna be the death of me though. I know that, cause like I know my heart gonna be the death of me, bro. Like. And motherfucker be talking about I'm mean. Motherfucker be out for this, mean for this. Y'all don't even know, man. Y'all don't even know how real I keep it with motherfuckers. Y'all don't even know how many people I done helped. Y'all don't even know how many people I done changed their whole life. You know what I'm saying? Like crosses that bother me. It's the reason why I got violated. It came from around me. It came from a motherfucker that was by me that I helped, that I took care of. So that shit fucking with me. I ain't gonna lie, I don't care nothing about jail. Like, of course a nigga don't want to go, but if a nigga gotta go to jail and gotta go do some time, I've been doing this shit all my life. I ain't fucked up with it. I don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? But if I gotta go, then it is what it is. It's the reason why I'm going though. I need everything in my power to stay out here. I had 3 years of probation, 3 years of federal probation, man. Man, I got 48 days left on this shit. 48, literally.
I don't know if he already knew he was in trouble, so he was like, "Fuck it." But why, like, openly violating your probation on camera has to be the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And then on top of that, you're talking about violating your probation, going to jail for violating your probation, while actively violating your probation on camera and saying you only had 48 days left, nigga. What the fuck are you doing? But like I said, he could have just said fuck it because he already knew he was in trouble. But it looked stupid as shit. And then he another video he put out, and he alleged this is what he alleged happened according to his lawyer. But I mean, we won't know, I guess, until shit. I don't know. Will we ever know unless he go to? I mean, he not is he? He caught some new charges, so he might go to trial again. But you know, usually with probation and usually in the state of Tennessee, you just serve the remainder of your sentence. But I get in that in a couple minutes. But he alleged that King and who I guess that guardian that we're talking about went to 2 precincts at first. They weren't trying to hear it, so they went to a 3rd precinct, and they said some things like they were mob ties and some things, and that's what ended up getting him a charge that's going get him in trouble. But like I said,
King Daddy told me, you went to 2, 3 different precincts. The first 2 precincts did not want to do it because they felt like it was a family issue going on. You went to another precinct and told them that I was a rapper and this, that, and the third, mob ties, and I can get you hurt and all that old shit. And that's what made them folks put that charge on me. That's what did that. That's what did. My lawyer already told me the whole play. And then on top of that, to make matters worse, King told them too. King told them the same thing. Everything that you told them, King sat up there and told the police question King. It's in the report. The police questioned King about what happened. King told them everything, man. King told them everything that can happen and everything that been going on in my house. I ain't gonna put all that on social media, but y'all know what y'all did. Y'all told them folks, but y'all don't understand that I'm having this pay. Them lawyers gonna let me know what's going on, man.
it's a like I said, it's gonna be a remainder of the Senate. So I was trying to look into a charter. So this is like really the third time he's got in trouble. The second time, the first time he had an 8-year sentence, he ended up serving 6 years. The second time he had I think it was 5-year sentence, he ended up serving 4 years. The thing is, usually like with Fed time, you don't serve it all the way. So I would have thought he fully served his sentence. So I don't know if the remainder of his sentence would be that year he got left, but yeah, I'm not sure, but I would guess, on typical that it'd be that year. But getting into a little, like I already said my piece really about finesse, that this is all stupid as shit. I mean, violating your shit on camera is stupid. Arguing with an 11-year-old at all, unless that is your child, I guess. I mean, I guess when you're trying to discipline your child, arguing with an 11-year-old is a little different. But arguing with an 11-year-old that has no blood ties to you is crazy, especially on the fucking internet as a grown ass man. And really bringing that little nigga around. I get you was trying to change his life, but he's just too young to understand what the fuck is going on, and like somebody is trying to actually help him out. But I mean, I get you trying to get him early. It's easier to mold him early, but like it obviously ain't working. Now on to Lil King. The thing about Lil King, and like I said, it's hard to judge because I ain't gonna lie. If you hear him talk, he's actually like really ahead of his years, but that's just because he's been living fast and he's outside. But my thing is, he just does shit he doesn't like. He still does young shit. Like, you can still tell he doesn't really understand shit all the way. And even though he is a little beyond his years, I say that because he's basically, the lifestyle he's trying to live is a street lifestyle, like, and everything he did is against the street code. But as an 11-year-old, you would probably understand he doesn't really understand that. But like his actions, like you feel like you have to treat him as older than 11-year-old. But like he's 11 years old, like so it's really hard to like gauge what you want to say about this nigga. But I would just say, if he's trying to, pursue this internet content shit and rap, just stay in that lane. It is a little tricky now that he did this because doing shit like this does end up carrying with you now. I don't know how much it'll carry with him. I mean, we won't know until we see it, but it does end up, carrying with you as we've seen with a couple. Obviously we seen, people's career fall off because of snitch allegations. But one that was real bad was the Corvette nigga with the he got that little Uzi feature, and he end up, it came out that he has told on somebody in some paperwork that his mom made him tell, and that shit just derailed his whole career. So we don't. This ain't. I don't. Obviously, this not. We still talking about this nigga, so it's not going to derail his career. But eventually this might come up later, especially if he continues to try to rap. But really, bro, you just can't be changing niggas' lives you don't know. Like, let's be for real. That's all I gotta say though. Like, share, subscribe, comment. IG TikTok bottom of the video, and we out.